Good morning, 5th grade. Monday morning, ready for another week of school. You guys have been doing awesome with this whole school thing. Thank you for being really faithful and calling in to me every day, getting your work graded, getting your work done, and doing a good job. That's just huge. So thank you so much for just putting yourself into it and doing the best that you can from home, and keep up the good work. This morning we're ready for lesson 143 in our math. Also, sorry about the test that was missing on Friday. Hopefully you got that all figured out and found that and were able to get that finished. So, lesson 143 for today, we're going to start out with going over our temperatures, our concept cards. Again, I'm going to go through these fairly quickly, so answer right away, and then I will show you the answer. Let's get started. What is the freezing point of water Fahrenheit? 32 degrees. What is the formula for converting from Fahrenheit to Celsius? C equals 5/9 times, in parentheses, F minus 32. What is the normal body temperature, Celsius? 37 degrees. What is the freezing point of water, Celsius? 0 degrees. What is the boiling point of water, Celsius? 100 degrees. What is normal body temperature, Fahrenheit? 98.6 degrees. What is the boiling point of water, Fahrenheit? 212 degrees. And what is the formula for converting from Celsius to Fahrenheit? F equals 9/5 times C plus 32. We're going to start out with some oral story problems again today. The first one is this, and again, you need to, I believe actually, I have given these to you before. No, I guess I did not give these to you before. Okay, but it's the same idea as we did recently. You need to decide if it is reasonable or unreasonable. So the first one, the star of the track team ran 5,000 millimeters in 5 minutes. Is that reasonable or unreasonable? Okay, that is unreasonable, completely unreasonable. Yeah. The next one, he was so thirsty that he drank 50 centiliters of water. Would that be reasonable or unreasonable? That would be reasonable, because that would be a little more than a pint of water. Last one. Michael decided to go swimming since the water temperature was 30 degrees Celsius. Reasonable or unreasonable? That would be reasonable, because that would be about 86 degrees Fahrenheit. Very good. Okay, let's go over, our lesson for today is a review lesson, mostly review of perimeter, but also reviewing a couple other things. Let's go over how to find the perimeter of a rectangle. I have the dimensions here on the board, but first of all, what is our formula for finding the perimeter of a rectangle? Our formula is P equals, my marker is struggling a little bit, so let me grab another one. Our formula is P equals 2 times L plus 2 times W. And remember, the reason for that is because a rectangle, the two opposite sides are the same length, so 2 times the length and 2 times the width, because the other opposite sides are also the same width. Alright, so we have P equals, now remember, we have to have the same unit when we are working a problem like this. So in this case, we have 12 feet, 4 inches, 9 feet, 8 inches. Let's either make everything inches or let's make everything feet. So I think we're going to make everything feet. So 4 inches would be, there are 12 inches in a foot, so we're going to go 4 over 12, okay, and reduce that to 1/3. So we have 12 and 1/3 feet for the length. So P equals 12 and 1/3 times 2, or 2 times 12 and 1/3, plus, let's make this a fraction as well, in a fraction for feet. So 8/12, and we will reduce that to 2/3, so we have 9 and 2/3 feet. You following here? So because there's 12 inches in a foot, and this is 8 inches, we can show that as a fraction, that is 8/12 of a foot, or 2/3 of a foot. So the width is 9 and 2/3 feet. So we have 2 plus, what am I doing? We have 2 times 9 and 2/3. 2 times 9 and 2/3 feet. Okay, now we need to do the what's in parentheses first, and then we will add them together. So first we have 12 and 1/3 times 2. That would be 37 over 3 times 2/1. So we have 37 times 2. Just give me the answers here. If you can, hopefully you can see I'm writing a little bit small. But try to give the answers in your mind as I work this on the board. So 7 times 2 is 14. 3 times 2 plus 1 is 7. So we have 74 as our numerator. 3 times 1 is 3. Let's make this a mixed number. So we have 24. 3 goes into 74. 24 times. And then 2 would be left. So 24 and 2/3 is, for the first part here, P equals 24 and 2/3 plus, now we have 2 times 9 and 2/3. So we're going to go 2/1 times, 9 times 3 is 27, plus 2 is 29. So 29/3, multiply, 29 times 2 is 58/3. Okay, now make that a mixed number. 3 goes into 58 16 times equally, so 16. Now we have 24 and 2/3 plus 16. And once we add that together, that is our final answer. 24 and 2/3 plus 16. So we have 6 plus 4 is 10. 1 plus 2 plus 1 is 4. And our fraction is 2/3. 40 and 2/3. And remember, we need to write our unit. This is in feet because we changed it all to feet. So our final answer for our rectangle, the perimeter, which is the edge around the outside of the rectangle, is 40 and 2/3 feet. Okay, let's go over how to do a large division problem like this. So we have 378,271 divided by 463. Now, we cannot take 463 into 3 or 37 or 378. We can take it into 3,782. Now, we want to estimate because we cannot, it's not very easy for us to think quickly how many times 463 goes into 3,782. So we are going to estimate with our 4. Since this is a 6, we estimate with a 5. How many times does 5 go into 37? 5 goes into 37 7 times. So we're going to see if that could work. Could we go 463 times 7 and would that work? Let's check. 3 times 7 is 21. 6 times 7 is 42, plus 2 is 44. 7 times 4 plus 4 is 32. Now you're not here to tell me if I make a mistake. Hopefully I'm not making mistakes. I'm trying to think twice and make sure I do it correctly here, but hopefully I don't mess up because I don't have anyone to be accountable to. Okay, so we have 3,241. Possibly it could go into our number here 8 times. Do you agree with that? Let's try 463 times 8. 3 times 8 is 24. 6 times 8 plus 2 is 50. 8 times 4 plus 5 is 37. And that does work. We can use an 8. So we had 3,704. Now we subtract, we have to borrow. 12 minus 4 is 8. 7 minus 0 is 7. Now we need to bring down. We can bring down our 7 right here. 787, 463 can only go into 787 one time, because if you think about it, 4 can only go into 7 once. If we would multiply this by 2, it would be more than 800, and that would not work. So now we need to subtract 463. 7 minus 3 is 4, and 8 minus 6 is 2. 7 minus 3 is 7 minus 4 is 3. So now we have 324. We need to bring down our 1 as our last thing to do here before we divide for the last time. Now, if we just look here, actually, we can see 463 can perfectly go into 3,241 7 times. So we write 7 up here and subtract 3,241. And we get 0. So 817 is our answer. Remember, you're estimating. Remember to multiply carefully, and then check your problem when you're finished. Let's go ahead and check our problem by going 463 times 817. 7 times 3 is 21. Here we have 44. Then we have 32. Now we're going to multiply by our 1. And last of all, multiply by our 8. Okay, so we have 1, 7, 12, 15, and 4. 463 times 817. Oh no. Okay, let's see here. 42. Let me real quick do this again. There we go. I multiplied wrong, apparently, in my checking here. But now it turned out correctly. So 817 is our answer. Work carefully in your review lesson today. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will see you in language class.